Hey, this is Jazz, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow, part 2 of the Japan episode. I am in Tokyo, and there's been sightings of Godzilla. Check it out, there's Godzilla. The musical guest for part 2 of our Japan experience is hALF. Let's check him out.
You can have tomorrow if I can't have today. 'Cause we can't last forever if we're living separately. Then you say
So this area of Japan is known as Kabucho. It's this little area where the Godzilla statue is. There's a bunch of shops and stuff, cool places to eat, etc. It's kind of a party. Okay, so we're trying to go up to see the Godzilla head. But if you're not a guest at the hotel, you're technically not allowed to go up, I guess. But if you go to the bar, buy a beer, I guess I can get up there to see it. So I'm willing to make that sacrifice to get a beer to go see the Godzilla head. So here we go. All right, we're gonna go up. I made it to where the Godzilla, oh my goodness, check it out. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I managed to make it up to see Godzilla without actually being a guest of the hotel. I don't know what time it is, but apparently Godzilla roars. Check it out. Let me see what time it is. It is 4:05, which means I missed it by 5 minutes, and I gotta wait a whole 55 minutes. Otherwise, oh well, I think we'll miss him roaring. But let's check it out. Godzilla is alive and well here in Tokyo. Check it out, I've made it up to where Godzilla is destroying the city of Tokyo. He is alive and well. We're gonna play a video. I'm in Mishima and I was going to go to the Sky Walk, which is the longest pedestrian bridge in Japan, except for the weather is really bad, so I'm debating whether or not I should even go. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Well, I made it to the Sky Walk. It's the longest suspension bridge in Japan, and you can see it up there, except for the rain is pretty bad. I'm guessing you can see it on video. Either way, the whole idea was to walk across the bridge and see Mount Fuji. But the weather's not cooperating very well. However, since I'm here, I think I'm still going to walk across it, because you can't do it when you're not here. So on the plus side, probably won't be very many people on the bridge. Always got to look at the positive. I'm going to get mighty wet on this journey, even whenever you're wearing a plastic poncho. Oh, the hat keeps coming down. My head's getting wet, my camera's getting wet, phone's getting wet, everything below my knees is getting wet. But you know what? We're gonna have fun. Or at least pretend like it. I'm here at the Mishima Sky Walk in Japan. This is the longest pedestrian bridge in Japan. And if you notice, if you look in a distance there, you can see Mount Fuji. Use your imagination. It's terrible weather today. This is what I was promised. Yeah, and this is what I got. Unfortunately, I can't control the weather yet. I realize it's pouring down rain. A lot of people would say, I'm not going to go do that. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to get wet. You're not allowed to have an umbrella on this bridge because the gusts of wind can sweep it away. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but you can see down through, which isn't a big deal yet. But let's see what it is like up here. In the meantime, as I start walking, I'm going to start walking across the bridge. In the meantime, let's play a video. You know, it's rainy. I'm getting a bit soaking wet, but I'm having a great time. Sometimes whenever you travel, you just gotta deal with the elements. And like I said, nobody on the bridge, hardly. I've seen pictures where it's just been full of people from one end to the other. They actually have a zip line that you can zip line across the valley with, which would be fun if it wasn't pouring down rain. The good news is tomorrow is supposed to be beautiful, but I'll be in Tokyo. I took a subway, a bullet train, and a taxi to get here to do this. You can hear the water below. I think I'm about halfway. You can feel the bridge swaying back and forth a little bit. It's kind of cool just to stand here. It's one heck of a suspension. You can feel it bouncing up and down a little bit too. A long way down. I can imagine if this suspension bridge was full of tourists, people walking on it, how much it would be bouncing up and down. Because there's not very many of us on this right now, and it's bouncing up and down, and you can see through the grates. That's a long way down. I made it to the other side of the Mishima Sky Walk. This is the longest suspension bridge in Japan, pedestrian bridge that you can walk over. Mishima Sky Walk. All right, everybody. This is my good friend Cam.
Hello.
We're here.
You got it the wrong. Oh, is it?
No, it goes all the ways around. It's magic, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, so this is Cam in her brand new outfit. Doesn't she look lovely? So we're going to cross, what's the name of the place?
Shibuya. Oh, we're going to the Hachiko statue.
Yeah, but this is
Shibuya Scramble.
Shibuya Scramble.
Yeah.
Scramble?
Yeah, or they call it
They call-
Scramble or Crossing. Shibuya
Crossing, okay, well, it's the crossing. And it's this is the busiest
Yeah.
intersection for people to walk, pedestrian-wise. And we're on our way to a dog statue.
Hachiko. Yeah.
Hachika?
Hachiko.
Hachiko.
Yeah.
And it's a dog statue.
Yeah. He waited for his owner here every day, even after he died.
Oh my goodness, it's so sad. I remember the story. So this dog would come to this one of these corners, I guess where the statue is, and wait for his owner to come back after he died every day.
He was a professor who took this route.
Okay.
He died at school.
Oh my.
So he was still waiting for him to come
So
back.
he never came back. Look, that gave me goosebumps. That makes me sad.
So sad. There's a
Yes.
movie about it.
There's a movie about it. Okay. So we're going to check out the statue. We're getting close. And you know what that means?
What?
We get to walk back across the street again.
Once more.
Yes. There's a lot of people here.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
You see him? I see him. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tear up.
I know, it's such a sad story.
It is a sad story. Dogs are the greatest definition of unconditional love. Excuse me. Okay, Cam, you lead the way. And there he is.
I think you can look.
Okay, let's get in the queue. Okay, so one more time. The dog's name?
Hachiko.
Hachiko. Hachiko.
It was because there was some sort of tag on him when his owner found him. They found him at the train station. There was a little hachi means 6 in Japanese.
Okay.
So there was a little tag on him that said 6. And that's why I ended up calling him hachi.
Okay. So this dog waited every day for his owner who
Yep.
passed away. He was a school teacher, professor,
Yeah.
passed away, and the dog waited for him every day
Yeah.
at this location. They
Yeah.
put a statue here.
Because it was their routine. They do it every time, and obviously the professor would be there when he came, but eventually he stopped, and he waited there, and that town kind of took care of him until he died. They fed him and everything.
Wow.
He died waiting.
That's sad and beautiful at the
It
same
is.
time. Okay, so what's your favorite part about your new outfit?
I really like the shoes. I think they're cute with the socks, but also the skirt.
Okay.
I'm definitely wearing this to work because I mean, there's nothing on it where I can't. So.
Right, I do like the
Nowhere.
shoes.
Shoes are very
Let's see your shoes. Show them your shoes. Pretty cool. every-
platforms.
Yes. Everybody in TV land's gonna want a pair of those now,
Oh, can I bring it home?
including myself. I want a
You
pair.
want a pair?
Can you get one big enough?
Right.
Maybe I'll just have to glue like heels to
Couple,
these.
yeah. Probably do that.
You're gonna be famous after my show.
There we go. It's my debut.
Everybody, this is Cam Love, and this is her debut
Hello.
on television on Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. You know what you got to do?
What, do I got
while
my
we're
Instagram handle or what?
right, well, in a moment. But while we're waiting in line for the statue, you got to say, "Okay, we're gonna play a video now."
All right. Okay, we're gonna play a video. That's what I'm gonna say.
You got to look at the camera though.
Okay, we're gonna play a video now.
Good enough. All right, we're gonna play a video now. She said it, not me. I think it's almost your turn. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Love modeling by the beautiful statue there. Lovely. Let's get one of me with Cam. Alrighty, Cam. Here we go.
There we go.
All right.
Awesome.
Woohoo! Here, we'll
We'll
back out of the way. So everybody, Cam speaks fluent Japanese.
日本語は少しわかります.
What's that mean?
I know a little Japanese.
Oh, she knows a little Japanese. She knows enough to have fooled me. We were at a pub last night, and we wanted to get the check. And I'm just sitting there kind of like being all American and be like, oh, whatever. When the guy comes over, I'll flag him down. And she turns right around and is like, and he's like, yes, ma'am. Came right over, gave us the check. It's a true story. I was very impressed.
Waiting to use it.
All right, here we go again. The second time across, or third or fourth, actually. I've never been so fascinated by people walking across the street before. And look, if you look way over there, there's other people doing the same thing. Like, it's massive.
One of these in Shinjuku. That's where we're at.
Shinjuku.
Shinjuku had a little one.
Okay, we're gonna stand here and just watch them for a moment. How's that?
Was a dream. Hit me back before the so listen and we
I'm here at the Tokyo Sky Tree, about to go up and check it out. Let's go. This is the highest radio tower in all of Tokyo. We're gonna go up in it. Okay, this is the observation deck of the Sky Tree. Look who I found.
Topping up my cellular.
What are you doing? Are you buying more data on the phone? That doesn't sound very exciting.
No.
It's not as exciting as this view.
It's not. I know.
So I convinced Cam to come up to the Sky Tree Tower with me, right?
350th floor, I believe.
What, 450?
350.
350 floors to get up there, yes. And we're going to check out the view of Tokyo at night. It's pretty amazing,
It's
right?
awesome. I think it's better at night. I'm glad we went.
All right, well, here's a space. Let's check it out. All right, Cam, what did you think of the Sky Tree?
I think it was definitely worth the line.
Right?
It's
Here,
very pretty. It's a very nice house.
pretty high up here.
Yeah.
It's time to go back down, right? Get our feet on the ground,
Human lunch.
go grab a beer,
Yeah.
go hang and get some
Like a plan.
sushi or some noodles.
About all I ever am, everything that I see, all I've ever said, I never dreamt about. You're my every sound out loud. Everything to me, you're everything to me. Everything to me. All I've ever witnessed,
I hope you all enjoyed the episodes from Japan. I'm at the Tokyo International Airport getting ready to fly back to Pittsburgh. So I will see you all in a couple days. But in the meantime, let's finish up this episode with a half-wheel video. Here's Good Days.
Dreaming out loud.